Hey, what's up? It's Lars, and today what I'm going to be talking about is how to scale up your Google Shopping ads to 5,000 euros in sales per day. This has been an amazing strategy for me and my team. You've used it over and over again for many stores to scale it up to 5,000 euros or even higher per day. So I'm going to be explaining everything in detail in this video. Let's get right into it. So before we actually get into the exact details of how to scale up these ads, I would like to talk about why Google Shopping is so powerful. And this has all to do with intent, because Google Shopping is purely intent-based advertising. So when somebody searches on Google for a product, they are already in the mindset of buying that product. And if you have that exact product that people want, they're going to buy from you. You just need to have the great product, you need to have great product images, and you need to have a good converting website. So this was kind of the overall strategy that we're gonna use. Now let's get into the details. So what to do exactly before you start running these ads? And it has all to do with tracking. Of course, you need to install the tracking to know exactly what people are doing on your website after they click on an ad. But it's also really important to scale up your business later on. So I recommend, of course, to install the Google Ads tracking and the Google Analytics tracking, and to link the Google Ads with Google Analytics. But after that, also install Facebook Ads Pixel, Pinterest Pixel, Snapchat Pixel, LinkedIn Pixel, any other platform that you think that your customer is going to be on. Just install all of these tracking codes, all of the pixels, because later on they can be very useful for your business. So how to start out your Google Shopping ads as profitable as possible. So I'm not going to tell you that Google Shopping can be profitable from day one, because that would be ridiculous. If it would be profitable from day one, then everyone would be running these ads right now. So that's just never gonna happen. But I can tell you a few tips in order to start off as profitable as possible and to get to a profitable level as soon as you can. So here are a few basic tips. First of all, just start with advertising your best sellers. Just know from the products that you sold before what your best selling products are, and just put those in one shopping campaign. This could be products you sold before on Facebook ads, on Instagram ads, maybe influencers. Maybe just on your website itself, you go to Shopify, to the analytics, and you can see exactly what your profitable products are, because these products just have the highest potential to work for Google Shopping. So I would recommend to start out with that for sure. Then another tip I have is to lower your CPC bids to the bare minimum to get clicks. So you have to kind of experiment with this. I would always recommend starting with 10 to 15 cents. Maybe after a few days you're not getting any clicks, maybe up it to 20 cents, 25 cents, but don't put it on like 80 cents or a euro, because that's just gonna kill your profitability from the start. Later on you can also get more expensive clicks, but we're talking about getting it profitable quick. Then you need to have these cheap clicks, because in the beginning you're also going to get irrelevant clicks. So in order to get profitable soon, you need to first catch the cheap clicks. Besides that, it's also very important to start off your Google Shopping ads on manual CPC. So don't mess around with these other bidding strategies that Google has for you, like target CPA, target ROAS, maximize conversions, maximize clicks, even smart shopping. Don't touch all of that stuff. Later on, I would recommend switching to target ROAS. That's what we often do. But in the beginning, in order to get the cheap clicks, like we were talking about, start always with manual CPC and don't enable enhanced bidding or enhanced commerce, whatever it's called. Just use manual CPC. So by now you know exactly what to do before you start your Google Shopping ads. So it's time to start them off. And how do you exactly get them profitable once they start running? Well, a big part of this is adding negative keywords all of the time. So in the beginning, Google doesn't exactly know what type of customer is looking for your product. It's going to base the search traffic on the title that you have in your feed and the description, but not really specific. They know about which people are actually going to buy. So you have to tell Google constantly which people are relevant for your business. And you do this by checking your search terms and then excluding all of the irrelevant search terms for your business. So you can go to the search terms and check exactly what people searched for when they landed on your product page, and everything that was irrelevant you can just exclude right away. Now, I recommend to do this every 2 days in the beginning. Later on you can switch to maybe twice a week, and after a while just once a week. We do it mainly once a week now with existing campaigns, but in the beginning you have to keep track of it very often in order to get profitable soon. So negative keywords is the biggest optimization that you can do. Besides that, you also have device bidding you can look at. You can do in-market audiences. You can check certain genders, certain times of the day, but this is all for a bit later on when you achieve statistical significance. So for device bidding you can do it pretty quick. I can tell you from experience that oftentimes the desktop converts better than mobile. So you can put, for example, the desktop on plus 20% and put the mobile and the tablet a bit maybe in a negative. But all of the other optimizations I would wait with until you have like a few hundred to maybe about 1,000 or 2,000 clicks. Another element that I would not really call an optimization, but it's just easy money, is remarketing. I can tell you that if you are not using remarketing now and you just use remarketing for the same existing campaigns, you're going to make more money from them. And this is just flat out obvious for me and for many other marketers as well. If you're not implementing remarketing, then you're just throwing money away. And I'm not just talking about Google remarketing, I'm also talking about Facebook dynamic product listings, Pinterest remarketing, Snapchat remarketing, any other ad platform that you think your customers will be on. You have to run remarketing. It's just going to make your overall campaigns way more profitable. So, assuming that by now your ads have become profitable, it's time to scale them up to the max level that they can be scaled up to. And while many people think that Google Shopping is pretty limited because it's based on search intent traffic, so only a certain number of people are going to search for the product per day, I think many people underestimate the actual scaling potential of Google Shopping. So in order to do this, you're going to create 3 campaigns, and you put one on the high priority, one on the medium priority, and one on the low priority. And you're gonna bid different bids on these different campaigns. So for the high priority, you're gonna put on a low bid. For the medium campaign, a medium bid. And for the low priority campaign, you're gonna put on a high bid. And we do this in order to capture the most amount of traffic to the best possible prices. So for the high priority campaign, you're going to capture the cheapest clicks. So this is going to be competitor traffic that people are, for example, looking for your competitor, and you don't want to pay too much for them because probably they're going to buy from your competitor, but still they might also buy from you. So you want to capture these people but not pay too much for them. So you exclude the competitor terms for your other 2 campaigns. So this would be that you add it as a negative keyword to your medium priority and your low priority campaign, while you still keep it in your high priority campaign. Then the second one is the medium. This is going to be more general terms that are going to perform well, but it's not the best. So you're going to put on a medium bid, and the general terms you're going to add as a negative keyword to your other 2 campaigns. So the high priority one and the low priority one. And then the low priority campaign is going to be the most profitable campaign, which is why you're going to bid the highest amount. And this is going to be very specific search terms that are going to exclude your brand name, are going to exclude or include very specific terms, maybe certain colors or certain types of your product, and of course the exact product that you're selling. So this is kind of the general framework. Now I have some other tips to scale up even more. So for Google Shopping, once you've done these 3 campaigns and you're scaling it up more and more, after a while you're hitting a certain limit, then I would recommend to check out other countries as well. So if you're based in Europe, I would highly recommend to scale out to all over Europe, all over the European countries. If you're advertising in the US, also take Canada. Maybe if you can distribute your products to Europe, also try Europe. Maybe even use Australia or New Zealand if you can ship your products there. That is just an easy way to scale out your campaigns to many more people. Besides that, it's time now to scale out your business to other ad platforms as well. So I already talked about Facebook remarketing, but I also highly recommend by now to use lookalike audiences. So you've gathered all this data by Google with advertising on shopping. This is highly intent-based traffic that now you can use for creating lookalike audiences. And I'm telling you, these lookalike audiences convert very well. So you just have to invest a bit of money in a good video ad. Maybe a photo ad could even work based on the kind of niche that you're in. And after that, just test out a lot of different campaigns. And I'm telling you that these can work out very well, because if you figure out how to convert cold traffic, then you just have a money printing machine. And I recommend the same thing for Pinterest if your audience is on Pinterest. Same thing for Snapchat. The misconception about Snapchat is that many people think there's only children on there, but you can simply exclude all of the children and you just keep the adult people. And because there are not many advertisers on Snapchat, it's very cheap and it can work out very well for you, but because still there are many people on there, of course. So this was my framework in order to scale up your shopping ads and your overall business to 5,000 euros in sales per day. Of course, it can be way more based on the niche and based on the actual motivation that you have for this, but this was just a really good way to start off. If you have questions about this, just let me know in the comments. I'll try to answer you as well as I can, and then I'll see you in the next video. Peace.